Do you want to know how long you might live after turning 70? Not just a vague guess, but real, scientifically backed signs your body is already showing you. Every year past 70 feels more precious. You begin to notice small shifts. Maybe your energy isn't what it used to be. Maybe your balance feels a little off. Or maybe you still feel strong and sharp and wonder if there's a secret to staying that way. The truth is, your body is whispering clues about your future, about your resilience, about how many more active years you may still have ahead. And no, it's not just in your blood tests or scans. It's in the everyday things: how fast you walk, how steady your hands are, how you sleep, and something surprisingly powerful that most people ignore completely. In today's video, we're diving into 5 powerful signs that can predict how long you'll live after 70, and more importantly, how healthy, independent, and energetic those years can be. These aren't superstitions or old wives' tales. These signs are backed by real research, observed in people who've lived well into their 90s and beyond with strong minds and bodies. And here's the important part. Every one of these signs is something you can improve, starting today. Your story isn't fixed. You have more control than you think. Now I want you to stay with me until the very end of this video, because sign #5 is the one most seniors overlook, even though it's been linked again and again to longer, healthier lives. It's not about diet or sleep or even exercise, but it could quietly be adding or taking away years from your life without you even noticing. So take a deep breath. You're about to learn something that could add not just years but quality to your life. If you're ready to take control of your health and your future, please comment the number 1 below to let me know you're watching and paying attention. And if you haven't yet, don't forget to subscribe and turn on the bell so you won't miss more videos like this to keep you informed, inspired, and healthier at every age. Let's get started with sign 1, and it starts from the ground up, literally. Sign 1. Your walking speed. Your walking speed might seem like a small detail, but it's one of the most powerful indicators of how long and how well you'll live after 70. Researchers have found that seniors who walk at a brisk, steady pace tend to live longer than those who begin to slow down. It's not just about how fast you move, it's about what that movement says about your body. Walking involves your muscles, your heart, your lungs, your balance, and even your brain. When walking slows down, it often means something deeper inside is slowing too. Let me tell you a story about 2 men, Walter and Jim, both 76 years old, both retired and both once very active in their careers. Walter has kept his morning routine the same for years. He gets up, stretches, puts on his sneakers, and walks to the park. His steps are purposeful, his back straight, and his pace brisk. He doesn't run, but he moves with confidence. He enjoys nodding at neighbors, breathing in the morning air, and returning home energized. His doctor once told him, "Keep walking like that, Walter, and you'll outlive me." Now let's talk about Jim. A few years ago, Jim started noticing that walking up the driveway felt harder. He'd pause halfway through a grocery store aisle. He blamed it on just getting older, but the truth was his legs had gotten weaker and his heart wasn't as strong. At first he brushed it off, but over time the slow pace became the new normal. Then came the fatigue, then the imbalance. One afternoon he misjudged a curb and fell. That was when his daughter insisted he start using a cane. The worst part, Jim used to be just like Walter. But unlike Walter, he let his pace fade without doing anything about it. A slower walking speed is more than just an inconvenience. It can be a sign of declining muscle mass, poor circulation, reduced heart function, and even early neurological problems. It's your body waving a quiet flag, trying to get your attention. But here's the good news. This is one of the most fixable signs. Your body responds to movement. The more you walk, the more your muscles activate, your circulation improves, and your balance resets. Even if your pace has slowed, it doesn't have to stay that way. Start small. Add an extra 5 minutes to your walk each day. Use light ankle weights if you're up for it. Do gentle leg exercises while watching TV. Focus on your posture. Walk with purpose. Because walking fast isn't just about covering distance, it's about sending a message to your body that you're still in control. So here's a quick challenge. The next time you go for a walk, pay attention to your speed. Are you moving as briskly as you used to? Do you struggle to keep pace with others? Do you feel confident crossing the street or climbing stairs? If not, it's time to make a change, starting today. If this sign resonates with you and you're still watching, please comment the number 2 below so I know you're here and thinking about your health. And if this story reminded you of someone in your life, maybe a parent, spouse, or friend, share this video with them. It might just help them walk a little faster toward a healthier life. Now let's move on to sign 2. Something surprising that lives in the palm of your hand. Sign 2. Your grip strength. It might surprise you to learn that your hands, yes, your grip can reveal more about your overall health and future longevity than you think. Doctors and researchers have studied thousands of seniors and found a strong connection between grip strength and how long a person is likely to live. Why? Because your grip reflects more than hand muscles. It's a mirror of your entire body's vitality. It tells us about your muscle mass, your nervous system, your circulation, and even how resilient you are to illness and injury. Let's look at two men again. This time George and Alan, both 78. George has always enjoyed fixing things around the house. He still works on small projects in the garage, tightens bolts, opens jars, and carries grocery bags without thinking twice. His hands are steady, strong, and reliable. One afternoon, at a community health fair, a nurse tested his grip using a simple dynamometer. When she saw the results, she smiled and said, "Your grip strength is better than many 60-year-olds." George laughed, but inside, he felt proud. It wasn't about the numbers. It was about knowing he hadn't lost the strength to live life fully. Alan, on the other hand, had stopped paying attention to his grip years ago. He used to open jars easily, but now he'd hand them to his daughter. He used to carry groceries without help, but now he avoided anything too heavy. One day, while trying to hold onto the rail, getting off a bus, his hand slipped. He didn't fall, thankfully, but it was a wake-up call. The truth is, Alan hadn't realized just how much strength he'd lost until small tasks began to feel difficult. And by then, rebuilding it felt like a mountain to climb. A weakening grip isn't just an inconvenience, it's a warning sign. Studies show that seniors with low grip strength are at higher risk of falls, fractures, hospitalizations, and even early death. That might sound dramatic, but your hands are involved in nearly every task you do. When they weaken, it's often because the rest of your muscles are weakening too. But don't worry, grip strength is something you can build back. Start by squeezing a tennis ball for a few minutes each day. Try hand grippers, light dumbbells, or resistance bands. Even tasks like wringing out a wet cloth, holding onto shopping bags a bit longer, or using putty for finger exercises can help. The key is consistency. Little by little, your hands will get stronger, and so will your confidence. Take a moment right now and ask yourself, can you open a jar without straining? Can you carry 2 grocery bags at once? Do your hands feel tired quickly when holding something? If so, it may be time to focus on rebuilding that grip, not just for convenience, but for longevity. If you've made it this far and this message resonates with you, please comment the number 3 below. It helps me know you're here, paying attention to your health, and taking steps toward a longer life. And if you're not already subscribed, take a second to hit that button now. We've got more powerful signs coming your way that could make all the difference in your future. Now let's move forward to sign 3. A quiet skill that once lost could change everything in a single second. Stay with me, because the next sign might be the one you've overlooked for years. It's something so simple that most people ignore it, until one day it slips away. And when it does, everything can change in an instant. Sign 3. Your ability to balance. Your ability to balance, especially standing on one leg, is one of the strongest predictors of how long you'll live after 70. It may seem like a minor skill, But balance is directly connected to your nervous system, muscle strength, coordination, and even brain health. In fact, a recent study showed that seniors who cannot stand on one leg for 10 seconds have a significantly higher risk of falling and of dying within the next decade. It's not about performing yoga or athletic feats. It's about whether your body still knows how to hold itself steady when the world shifts just a little. Let me tell you about Elaine and Ruth, both 74. Elaine has always been a fan of gardening and stretching. Nothing intense, just gentle movements every morning before coffee. One day, while watching a documentary, she heard a doctor mention the stand-on-one-leg test. Curious, she stood up, lifted one foot and counted. She reached 12 seconds, smiled and sat back down. A few weeks later, her doctor confirmed what she already sensed. Her body was aging well because she kept moving, kept engaging her senses, and kept her core strong. Ruth, however, hadn't thought about balance in years. She walked less and avoided stairs when she could. One afternoon, while reaching for a box of tissues on a side table, she shifted her weight and lost it. She fell sideways, bruising her hip. Nothing broke, thankfully, but her confidence did. She started walking more cautiously, gripping walls and railings, afraid it might happen again. And slowly, her world got smaller. That's the danger of losing your balance. It doesn't just affect your mobility, it affects your confidence, your independence, your social life. When you're afraid of falling, you stop moving, and when you stop moving, your body starts to weaken even more. It becomes a quiet cycle of decline that often begins with just one unstable step, but balance, like strength, can be rebuilt. Start small, stand near a chair or wall, and try lifting one foot off the ground for just a few seconds. Do it daily, and increase the time slowly. Walk heel to toe across your hallway. Try light Tai Chi or simple yoga. These exercises don't just train your muscles, they rewire your brain to coordinate better, react faster, and stabilize under pressure. Ask yourself, do you feel unsteady when turning quickly? Do you hesitate when stepping over curbs or into the bathtub? Have you ever needed to grab a wall for support? If so, your body might be sending a clear message. Don't wait for a fall to wake you up. If you're still watching and this sign spoke to you, please comment the number 4 below. Every comment tells me that these messages matter to you, and it might just remind someone else reading to check their own balance too. Now don't go anywhere. The next sign might be the most important one of all. Because it happens every night, and most people have no idea how much it's impacting their lifespan. Sign 4. Your sleep patterns. Sleep is far more than rest. It's your body's nightly reset button. While you sleep, your cells repair, your immune system strengthens, your memory consolidates, and your brain clears out harmful waste. That's why researchers have found a strong connection between sleep quality and life expectancy, especially after the age of 70. Seniors who sleep deeply and consistently tend to live longer, stay sharper, and remain physically stronger. On the other hand, those who suffer from poor sleep often face a higher risk of heart disease, cognitive decline, and weakened immunity. Let me introduce you to two men, Henry and Bill, both 75. Henry has kept a simple evening routine for years. He reads a bit, drinks a warm cup of tea, and avoids screens an hour before bed. He's usually asleep by 10 and wakes up around 6, feeling clear-headed and ready to start the day. His doctor told him once, "Your body sleeps like it's 20 years younger." Now Bill's story is a little different. He started having trouble falling asleep around the time he retired. Then came the 2 a.m. wake-ups. Sometimes he'd fall back asleep, sometimes he wouldn't. He thought it was just part of getting older. But over time, the effects crept in. Low energy during the day, foggy thinking, mood swings, and rising blood pressure. At one point, he nodded off while driving a short distance to the store. That scared him, and yet he still couldn't figure out how to get back to the kind of sleep he once had. This kind of sleep disruption isn't rare among seniors, but it's also not something to accept as normal. Poor sleep affects your hormones, your heart, your memory, and even your body's ability to fight off illness. When your sleep suffers, your entire system feels the weight of it. But the good news is that you can reclaim your nights and your future. The key is in your habits. Limit screen time before bed. Avoid caffeine late in the day. Try to go to bed and wake up at the same time, even on weekends. Let sunlight hit your face in the morning. It helps reset your circadian rhythm. Keep your bedroom cool and dark, and if you wake up often, try using dim amber night lights instead of bright bathroom lights. They can make a surprising difference in how quickly you return to sleep. Ask yourself, do you feel rested when you wake up? Or do you drag through the day, needing naps and coffee just to function? Are you waking multiple times at night, or lying in bed for hours with a racing mind? These signs are telling you something. Sleep isn't just a luxury, it's your body's secret weapon against aging. If you've stayed with me this far, and this topic feels personal, please comment the number 4 below. I want to know how many of you out there are paying attention to your sleep and looking for ways to improve it. And if you haven't subscribed yet, do it now, because these are the kinds of things that change lives quietly but powerfully. You've made it this far. Don't miss what might be the most overlooked but powerful sign of all. It's not about diet, or muscles, or even sleep. It's something deeply human. And yet far too many seniors silently suffer because they don't realize just how much this one thing affects their health and even their lifespan. Sign 5. Your social connection loneliness is more than just a feeling. It's a condition that can quietly damage the body, just like smoking, high blood pressure, or obesity. Research shows that older adults with strong social ties, whether it's close family, friends, or even community groups, tend to live longer, suffer fewer chronic illnesses, and maintain sharper minds. On the other hand, seniors who feel isolated are more likely to experience depression, cognitive decline, heart problems, and a shortened lifespan. Let me share the story of Eleanor and Barbara, both 78. Eleanor lost her husband 5 years ago, and the silence in the house was unbearable at first. But instead of withdrawing, she made a choice. She joined a book club, volunteered twice a week, and made it a habit to call her grandchildren every Sunday. Her calendar stayed full, and so did her heart. Her doctor once said, "You're the healthiest 78-year-old I've seen all month." Eleanor smiled and replied, "I don't have time to get sick. I've got people to see." Barbara's story unfolded differently. After her best friend passed and her kids got busier, she began spending most days alone. She watched TV, scrolled through old photo albums, and told herself she was fine. But slowly, she began skipping meals, sleeping more during the day, and losing interest in hobbies. When her daughter visited, she noticed Barbara had stopped decorating for the holidays. Her eyes didn't light up the way they used to. It wasn't just emotional. Her physical health started to decline too. She was visiting the doctor more, taking longer to recover from colds, and even began forgetting small things. That's the dangerous power of isolation. It can happen so slowly, you don't even realize it. But your body knows. Social interaction keeps your brain active, your immune system stronger, and your mood lifted. It's like exercise for the soul. We're wired for connection, and when we lose it, our health suffers. The good news is that it's never too late to reconnect. Even if you don't have family nearby, even if your old friends have drifted, there are always ways to reach out. Join a local group, even a walking club, a crafting circle, or a church choir. Make a weekly call to someone. Write a letter. Strike up a conversation with your neighbor. It doesn't take much, but it takes intention. Ask yourself, do you look forward to conversations, or have your days become too quiet? Do you find yourself avoiding invitations, or telling others you're just fine when you're not? These are signs worth listening to. Your life isn't meant to shrink with age. It's meant to deepen, to be filled with people who make you laugh, think, remember, and dream. If you're still with me and this one hit close to home, please comment the number 5 below. Let me know you're here, and if you feel comfortable, share something about someone who makes your life better. Because chances are, you make their life better too. Now, before we wrap up, let's take a moment to reflect. You've just learned 5 real, science-backed signs that reveal how well and how long you may live after 70. Your walking speed, your grip strength, your balance, your sleep, and your social connection. Each of these is a window into your future, but more importantly, each of them is something you can improve. You are not stuck, you are not too old, and your health is not out of your hands. So here's what I want you to do. Choose one of these signs that felt the most personal to you and do one small thing today to improve it. Walk for 10 extra minutes. Call someone you haven't spoken to in a while. Practice standing on one leg while brushing your teeth. Strengthen your grip by squeezing a ball. Go to bed 30 minutes earlier tonight. Just one small change, because one small change is how transformation always begins. If you found this video helpful, please like it, subscribe, and share it with someone you care about. Your support helps this channel keep creating content to inform, support, and inspire you and other seniors who deserve to live with strength, clarity, and joy. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.